Buenos dias, good morning. It is Wild Tuesday. Hopefully, today it can really be a wild Tuesday because right now, price is basically hanging around right at the same kind of place here. Not really pretty. We're at 29. I was hoping that we would be somewhere else this morning, but well, we already kind of got a bounce from down below here. Finished setting up here completely. All right, so I pinned that already. We are good. Good to go. Nice. Very nice. All right, well, let's get started. This morning, I woke up. I mean, a little bit weird, I would say. A little bit weird. I'm usually a little bit more excited, but I think it has to do with the price. Like, I wake up in the morning, I look at the charts, and then I'm like, so we got this little kind of trap here below. I mean, it's not too sold on this here. We're at the same price range that I don't really want to be trading in. And for that reason, right now, I'm kind of not really leaning towards trading right now. The weekly candle is looking like a doji. The daily candle finished as a doji yesterday, and we're right in the middle of that candle from yesterday as well. So, buenos dias, Ebnar, JP. Good morning, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm not too excited about trading inside this kind of price range right now. So maybe that's why, because the first thing, this is kind of bad. First, I thank God, right? I'm like, thank you, God, I got to wake up another day, and I get to do this one more time. But then I check the charts, and then I'm like, well, we're at the same kind of plate as we were yesterday, and I don't really get excited when we're like, in the same story, and I don't really want to put on trades on the stream for the sake of putting on trades, kind of like yesterday where I was in a level where wasn't really a key or big interest of mine. '09 is a big interest of mine, and we didn't really bounce from there. We bounced a little bit higher, so '09 is still in play. I do like that we didn't touch '09. The question is, can we actually get down there today, right? But you can see here how getting close to '09, right at the 12, yeah, 1250, we pretty much bounced from here. I don't have 12 as a major support, maybe 13, but again, the idea here is that I understand that, this area here is going to be an area of support, right? I would have liked to see '09 tested, but we didn't. So either way, I probably wouldn't have traded this. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, I would have traded this. But the idea here is simple: that we have support down here. So knowing this particular level that it is support there, it's likely that we should bounce from there and not expect for it to sell, right? So unfortunately, it had to happen overnight. It couldn't do it right now. Like if we were right here right now, I'll be interested in a long. I'll be getting excited, but right back up to the 28 below 35, yesterday's big level of resistance, I'm not really interested. So bom dia, amigos, bon dia. So maybe for that reason, I'm kind of not so excited about right now just yet. Perhaps maybe if we dip at open or we do something, that is worthwhile at open, then I'll be getting more excited. But for right now, something that you could be looking at as well is you see this 32, 34 area. It is a key level of resistance right here. I mean, the charts have proven at this time that this 35 resistance, more like 31 to 33 is the level of resistance. You can see here all the touches we had. We bounced from this level yesterday. We broke down, and then we basically turn it into resistance very clearly right here. We have almost that one touch. We have this one, and third time, and a fourth time just now, fifth time, and it's still holding up. So, I mean, you could take your cojones, and take a short off there. I wouldn't personally, not at the fourth time. Maybe the second is always the best in my opinion. Like Not this first one, maybe the second one, but in this case, it was a third. But again, the idea here is that we're right below resistance. So take it easy. And then even if we make it past 32, I'm not excited, all that excited, because yesterday's 40 to 45 resistance is sitting right here as well. So right here, this is going to be another key level of resistance. So literally, if we push through 32, 33, maybe we can go to the 40, 45. And that's exactly why I'm kind of here sitting like, not excited about this. You know what I mean? Like, we're right at the resistance, so there's really nothing to be doing besides maybe shorting up here. But I'm not gonna take the shorts. I'm not gonna be siding with the shorts. That's just me. But right now, I would argue actually that we are in a bearish picture. Why? Because this was yesterday's trap right here, right over here. So if we know that this is kind of the low that must hold, we cannot break that low. That's kind of the one rule of the trap. I don't know if you guys have seen that other video I mentioned. This trap here cannot break. If that trap breaks, it becomes invalid at that point. Therefore, we're rallying from this trap right now, right over here. We basically just flush that little low there. We reclaim it, and then we kind of head back up. But this is not really another trap. You know what I mean? Like, this is more like a failed trap. And it needs to break this 32 level for me to be excited about the long there. But right now, what I think could be happening is this trap has broken. So remember, the market gives us kind of hints, and it's up to us to kind of decode the information to where short-term trend is ultimately headed. And right now, while yes, obviously big time frame, we're headed upwards, but I do understand that we kind of need to congest a little bit further. Yesterday's trap should have not broken overnight. That's the one rule with the trap. It cannot break the low. We just broke the low, and we're hitting resistance, getting denied there. So it's a very likely possibility that we could create some chop here or whatever, just maybe go straight down. But it could be a hint that we are essentially weak on price, and we could be heading on a little bit lower still. And for those reasons, I'm not too excited about taking a long here of 26. I'm not taking a long of 22. If this was the first trap here and we were back testing here, yes, I would take that long and continue with the push on higher. In fact, this is what I was looking for yesterday on the Discord. If you're not there, join. So when we got the trap here, which we were trading that little trap there, we basically squeezed. I was looking to get filled at 22 for the continuation of the push. But even that push, like, we're talking 10 points. Like, I'm just not in love with this range is what I'm trying to say. So I would rather wait to see the dip come in, or plain and simple, you know, maybe reclaim 32 and maybe take a long off above there. But that would interest me just because of how many touches we're getting denied of 32. You can see 1, 2, 3, 5 points at this time. Price is getting denied there. So we do squeeze through it. There could be a nice way of turning that into support and then heading on higher. But right here in the middle, I feel like this is where the pigs are going to get slaughtered today. I think that, you know, we could be in for some kind of wild price here. So I'm going to wait till market to open on up and give me a more clear direction as to where we're ultimately headed. But just looking at the charts, if I had to gamble, I would say we're going down. For now, we're going down because the trap should have not broken. That is a warning to the bulls right there. We're bouncing. Yes, you might be like, okay, we're going to go up. But remember, ES is a never-ending story. We should have not broken down yesterday's trap. So if we can flush all these and head to like 07, get back above 09, I'll be probably interested in that long, or at 02. Which is right another key level here. If we can flush 02, it would be even better. So maybe head down to like 98 max and then pop back above 02. I'll be very interested on that long. I will be long at that point. Those are kind of the two setups that I see here that would be very interesting for me to kind of, you know, risk my hard-earned money and, you know, looking for that. That would be very nice. That could create a V at the bottom down there. Or even here, like if we flush all these lows, you know, maybe we flush something like this, then we're looking for that V over there. But we remember these V's, these kind of setups that I'm referring to, the traps and like real beginning of moves, they need to happen at key levels. So we cannot have a trap, for example, let's say right here. This is the caveat here, that we cannot break down here and then go like this. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a real trap. In order for the trap to be real, it needs to be either a multi-hour level of support or a key level that was left and has not been touched for hours. So for example, yesterday, when we flushed this 19 level, which we were talking about on the Discord yesterday, we flushed that low there. How many times did we back test this level? Zero. A total of 0 times. We squeezed right back up. So at that point, we're hovering. We're trying to accept price higher, higher, higher. And there was only one time that this happened. Meaning, this is a trap here. But again, that trap has broken. So for me, this is a bearish picture. This is a pretty bearish picture for me. And for that reason, I'm staying out of it. I'm not gonna force any trades. Yesterday I was here doing some things at around 40. I mean, it was a good idea to be shorting at 45. Anybody that took that short at 45, I applaud you. I think there was one guy here, Versetti, that did take that 45 short. He could have still been short from yesterday, but right now, I think this is a bearish picture right now. Things could change if we pop through that 32, but I just don't like getting long right below a level of resistance. I know that was a long way of basically telling you that I don't want to trade in here and I don't really know where we're going right now, but I needed you to understand my reasons for that. Right now, that trap has broken. This trap is broken, meaning I don't trust this move to the upside. Traps that hold as traps do not break. They don't even backtest, never mind break. They just go, baby. And if they backtest the top of the trap. By the way, if you're not in the community, feel free to join. It's a 100% community. There are no in-app purchases, and yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool place. We got a lot of different ideas bouncing back and forth, marinating all day, all day long. People from literally around the world right now in there, so it's pretty nice to see that we can all communicate, even though we're all in different, literally parts of the world. And I just grateful about that. The internet has opened up so many doors for all of us to be able to communicate. And best part of it all, if you can pay, your internet bill, it's free. You know what I mean? Like this Discord, everything literally we're doing here on YouTube, the stream and getting to know one another, it is all 100% free. So take advantage of it. Antonio's a funny guy. You keep that community alive a little bit. All right, let's see what's gonna happen on market open. Gonna be sitting tight, as you know. I'm not gonna be rushing into anything. Not in love with where we're at. We could be pulling back. Crystal ball, we're gonna pull it up in a few minutes here. Let it digest. Let it get some more information here. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is I'm not I don't like this price here. 26.50. There's no way I'm doing anything here. We got 32 right there. You know what I mean? Like, what's my risk to reward on this trade? If there's no real risk to reward for me here that is worth my time. Today I'm playing the first 15-minute range. Does that mean you're gonna be playing like at market open? You're gonna be trading, or you're gonna wait for the 15-minute range to close first? To close first. Nice. I've seen a few strategies like that already too. Um, hey, I'm not against them. I think it's actually good not to trade the first 15 minutes. Sometimes it can be very choppy at open. So I hope you get some luck with that. I hope you do well with it. Yeah, right now I got nothing. I mean, we can look at other things, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna be waiting for price to come to me. If we can rally through that 32, I'll be honest, I'm probably more interested in a short at the 45 from yesterday because it only back tested once, I believe. Let me see. So 45 was only hit about 9:45 a.m. twice. But it could have one dip left in it, and then we kind of have a few more pops through that 43. I mean, we should be holding that 32. I'll be honest, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to wait until 09 or 02 come into play. Maybe 45. I'll short at 45. But those are my only three prices that I'm interested on. 45 short, 09 long, 02 long. 26, 27. I'm going to probably let the pigs go there and do what they want. I'm not going to get excited here. Right now we are not in a place I like. We do got some trend lines here, of course. Obviously, there's a million ways to trade this. You can read the order flow inside. It's not that I don't necessarily see them. It's that I don't choose to trade them like that. And but you can feel free to do so. They just kind of put in that kind of double bottom here. One low, second bottom there. Double bottom, taking the long after that trend line break. Could be squeezing. But to squeeze, you need volume. So either way, I would still wait for 9:30 because 9:30 is when the real volume is gonna come in. The reason I don't trade these is because more often than not, we will push exactly how we're doing and then basically just retrace the move. And then I don't really have an edge like that trading. Like I don't understand, besides just the momentum that'll be coming in at the trend line break, I don't really understand where trend is ultimately headed, why price is bouncing from certain levels, and why we are chopping at certain levels. Based on the technicals, I can tell you, I'm gonna just stay out of this. This is not a pretty picture. We probably dipping, but I'm not. I'm not gonna be here guessing that it's gonna be at 29, 28. All right, a couple more minutes. All right, let's just do the crystal ball here. Let's do it. Is today the dip day? I'm here waiting for the ghost or Santa Claus or something for this dip to finally come in. Is the dip? Is today the dip day? Find out. Very doubtful. All right, so she's not thinking the dip is coming today. The big dip. Are we going to dump at market open and test 59.09. 59.02. Support levels. Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes. Rather no. So she's not thinking we're gonna go down and test those levels of support. So basically, we're gonna, not go down there. According to the crystal ball, I'm still hopeful we will though. Are we going to break 60.35? Whoops, 35 resistance and head to 60.35 at market open? It's a valid question. We're right below resistance right now. We could break through it and go to that 45 level up there. Very doubtful. I don't know. Crystal ball's not giving me anything either. All right. So are we going to chop at market open? Let's find out, baby. Let's find out if the chop is incoming. Crystal ball, give us a very clear answer. I suppose. I think we'll see some retrace, but towards the end. We're gonna want to take profit. But yeah, that could make sense. I honestly I hope so. Like, just dip. I don't really care what they do. Just make this thing dip. Get down to 09, 02, some fresh levels. We were in these same levels yesterday. The doji candle. Look at the daily candle. The daily candle is a doji candle. And we're inside of that doji candle right now. I'm not too excited just yet here. Being cautious. Like I said, if we were down here right now, yes, I would be long. You know what I mean? I would have probably taken that long, especially at the reclaim of 20. But I can't do nothing at 27. I should have been awake at 5:30 this morning. And that would be 4:30 my time. I was sleeping at 4:30. No excuses, Leo. Should have been awake at 4:30. That's why I'm telling you. I wake up every day at like 3 o'clock. It's kind of scary. I'm thinking it's the charts, when they're like, something's happening, they're like, wake up, wake up. I'm a spiritual kind of person like that. And I Googled, right? I'm like, what does it mean to be waking up at 3 in the morning? Apparently, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing, but I don't know. That's the time that God wants to communicate. And if he's trying to communicate, he's trying to tell me to get up because the charts are right at key levels probably. For me to wake up and get long or do something. Would that not be a trap at 27-ish? Not necessarily. No, I wouldn't call that a trap. For a trap to be valid, I would argue that you need at least a multi-hour level of support or like a daily low. So like flushing yesterday's low, reclaiming yesterday's low, which is kind of like what we did here this morning. So really, we should have been long, like I said, for me at 4:30 in the morning right here. So that red line there, that is yesterday's low. We flushed yesterday's low, we reclaim it. That is arguably a trap right there. I wouldn't have probably taken that one. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that is a trap. When you flush a key level of a low, you can't flush a 2-minute low. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's got to be something that is worthwhile. And then from that flush, look at that. That's the beginning of this whole trend up. We're still on the same leg right now. This is the same leg continuation from that low there. Hence why I'm saying I should have been long from 4:30. And I wouldn't say it's hindsight or anything. We've all been talking on the Discord about up the pullback, and I've been mentioning now for like 2-3 days now. This 09 level here, if this is where I'm waiting for, 09, 02 levels are major levels where I want to be in the market. Obviously, we got a bounce from 13, so like I said, I probably wouldn't have traded that one, but the idea here is understanding where price could be doing what at. And right at this 09, this was a previous all-time high, that 13 level there. We bounced right from it. Point is, I missed it. We got less than 30 seconds to market open. Get ready. Like I said, if you got some giant cojones, there is that 35 potential short, 33 short. I don't, and I'm not gonna be taking that short. I don't have those guts. But understand that this is a resistance right now. I'm not touching this. I'm just staying out of it. I'm gonna stay out of this thing. I'm okay with missing out on this. I didn't plan for this last night, so I'm staying out. 32 acting up as resistance right now. It is holding up right now. I don't expect it to hold, but see, that last line of defense of resistance is at 33. See that right there. We're hitting this level of resistance right now. Again, the boxes are for visual representations purposes right there. You can see price is kind of struggling there right now. Struggling. To take a long, an aggressive long, I mean, I'm not gonna take this long. I'm just saying if we like blow through this resistance, we back test it, then I'm looking for the long right off the back test. Because at that point I know resistance is broken, right? It's kind of like running into a wall. You don't want to be first to the party. Being first to the party is too early, you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, you're just too early. You want to be at the party at the right time. The drinks are already going, the music's flowing, things are moving, and you are starting. You know what I mean? Like that's where you want to be in terms of the market, if you can get the analogy here. And this is exactly why I don't like trend lines. Imagine I take the long there. This is exactly what used to happen to me every single time. I used to take the long right at the trend line break. I'm always like a little bit late, so I would have been taking long there, right? And then I'm here long from the 27. Oh my gosh, price just got stuck at 33. Why is it coming back on down? It just broke me even because I wouldn't have high conviction holding these, right? Because more often than not, they will break down. So my stop would be like here. But after getting burned too many times, I would move my stop to break even. So I'll be broken even. And then now it's just pumped. So now I'll be chasing price. You know what I mean? And then worst of all, like I just said, you're not understanding, why price is moving in certain mannerism. Price has manners in a way. It respects levels. And obviously, yes, resistances tend to break more often than they hold. But again, just understanding that here is a level of resistance. How much we can dip from here, it's up to the bears, really, or up to the sellers right now. But it's not our job to try and predict that this level here is going to give us a 150-point sell. That's not what technical analysis is for. It's about giving us an understanding of what price is ultimately doing, where price could be reversing, where price could get stuck at with speed bumps. And you can see that here, as mentioned, this is the last little bit of line of resistance at 33. You got some guts, you can take the short. It's not that I don't know how to short, it's that I choose not to. They're low win rates and I just stay out of it. Simple. And hence why I would not be long at that trend line break. I would rather take the short there. You know what I mean? If I'm not confident in the short up here, there's no way I'm taking the long just because that little trend line broke. And that's not to bash anything or anybody. I'm telling you because I used to trade like this. I hope that kind of makes sense. We got stuck right at that level of resistance. Is that coincidence? Or is it just technicals? One thing I can tell you is that I didn't do anything for the market to get stuck there. Nothing. So we're coming back to this level. He gave a proper dip of a few points. And then, as expected, it's just bouncing and continuing to rally right through it. This is why I don't like the shorts. I don't like it. All right, we broke right through that. Sort of. I don't know. I'm still gonna let price develop here. I'm still not sold on this move. Not sold. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm interested a little bit on that 45 idea. A little bit. That 45 short. If we can get up there, obviously. I don't. See, the long was for me. The long was at that 20 reclaim. I wasn't awake. You know what I mean? This is where I want to be trading right here. There's not many entries there, unfortunately. After that, we basically become not a chaser, but like once we reclaim a level of resistance, then we get long. So that would be 20, yesterday's level. Right now, we have 35. We're trying to reclaim 35. If we can reclaim 30, 33, maybe it's a long up here, but first I need price to kind of consolidate a little bit further here. I don't want to get just a long right now. And I just don't like the range either way. From the 33 up to the 45. Should have been long at 4:30 in the morning. Should have woken up, Leo. Why didn't you wake up? Right now, I gotta look the other way. I'm looking at the shorting side potentially here, but definitely not 36. $45 was acting as nice resistance yesterday. Really was, I think it was 43 to 45. Can adjust this box. 43 to 40. This was yesterday's level right here. All right. Come on up then. Wiki. I'm gonna start setting up alarms for like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna start going to bed at 9. Wake up at 3 in the morning. Seems like all my entries are at 3 in the morning. I'm telling you, it's messed up. Like, take the time, you do the plan, you send it out to the Discord, you give out the key levels that, you know, obviously I'm very interested on, and then you wake up in the morning and then you're nowhere near those levels, and then they happened overnight. It's true though. That's okay. We're coming up to that 45 level. Maybe up there we can I'll probably consider a short up there. We'll see though. Price is kind of looking a little bit wicky up here. They do not want to see this price get back below this 30, back below this resistance here. It would excite me if they do, but Brent got long at 1650. You mean as in 59, sorry, 60, 16? You're telling me that you are long from the 16, as in right here? You just made me so happy because I'm like, even though I'm missing out on this move, just knowing that somebody here nailed that move, this whole move, my gosh. Fire. And again, these are levels from the same kind of play as yesterday. We were talking about this exact same levels. You know what I mean? Like, these levels are repetitive, and again, we got to understand where the trend is ultimately headed. This is not hindsight for anybody that's just kind of here, you know, oh, these guys. No, we've been talking about these levels here, how we're, and not, especially me, I tend to be a little bit more on the bullish side. And I look at price in general as in key levels need to hold, we're looking to the upside. Key levels don't hold, we're looking to the downside. Right now, as mentioned, above 0902, I'm still on buy the dip mode. We are still very healthy, and hence why, you know what I mean? Like, we got to respect the trend in general. You can screw up a lot of the entries, but if you're on the right side of where price is heading, you can, you know, you can still make money. Good job, Brand. You guys got the London session. I see you guys wake up early. So, like I said, I got to be on the European schedule maybe. Maybe I should go to Portugal. We've been thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I've already been in Portugal a couple times. Last time I was there for like 3 months. If I go back this summer, I'm thinking about living there for a little bit. Maybe from like June, no, maybe like May to like October, maybe, because that's the best seasons there. Well, summertime in Portugal. Really, it's at the end of September. After that, it kind of starts going downhill. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea. You know what I mean? I don't like the time zone that much, but I'm thinking most of my entries happen overnight. Like, what is this? Might as well move to a country where it aligns with my entries, apparently. Let's move to Europe. You pick a country. We'll go there. My gosh, Brent did just send a picture. Oh my gosh, the guy is long from the 16. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. This guy is making money at work. I love it. I don't know if you've taken profit already, some of it, but consider taking some profit. Especially if we come on up to that 45. But leave that one runner if you can. If you're capable and you have some if you can hold one at least for the end, that would be nice. But never a bad idea to lock in some profit. And this is why I love the Discord. I love the community. I love everything that's happening here. The just technical analysis in general is key in my opinion. Where most people see like where Brent got long here, most people would imagine that this is a bearish picture. Because you can see overnight, we've been dipping, 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 dipping. I mean, you could argue that this was a very bearish picture until whoop, that happens, right? But again, why did it happen? Because we're still on buy the dip mode. We are still on a bullish picture. We came close to that 09. We bounced from a previous all-time high at the 13, and then boom. And just like that, price now is obviously extremely bullish. And then afterwards, what's going to happen? Just as it looks very bullish, it's going to whoop, flip, and then be very bearish. And this is what I mean. We have to follow price. Price is what's key. And most importantly, patience. Because like I said, I'm trying to get long. I'm trying to look for plays at shorting as well. But we're in a range where I just can't really touch this. That's right. I gotta tell you, it's amazing. The day I quit my job too, I'm like, I quit. I was supposed to, I didn't even give a notice or anything. I just literally, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going tomorrow. Not the best. I'm not the best of examples, but it was freezing. It was like minus 25, and I'm like, so can I do this? Like, are we good? Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're good. All right. Yeah, I'm not going tomorrow. That was like, oh, I don't know, 3 years ago or something. We're close to 3 years now. Something like that. I don't remember, not exactly. In California, I need to start waking up at 3 in the morning. Yeah, that sucks. But you could do it. Anything's possible. You could do it. When did you realize you were ready to quit? So it's a pretty tricky question, but for me, it had to do with two things. One, you obviously have to have a good padding in the bank because you got to understand that first when you're trading, that should not be your sole income, if that makes sense, or your sole you shouldn't be reliable on the income that you're gonna make. One, which I did have, and then two, I would say you need to at least be minimum. And this is like a bare minimum, like a year of like really studying and trading. I had at that point been about 7 years trading, as in like, at work. I used to bring my laptop to work on break and stuff like that, watch the markets. I would get home and what's it called? Learn, read, and stuff like that. But again, like it took me long too because I was reading a lot of stuff that I didn't need. And this is what I mean, that I could have saved a lot of time too. But anyways, like once you can develop a certain strategy, then I would say you can leave. How do you know you have the right strategy is the key question. So honestly, when I kind of left, I thought I had it, but not quite. Because when you go full time, you will quickly realize that perhaps what you thought was your strategy might change a little bit. And unfortunately, to the right, I'm going to give it to you straight. when you think you're gonna quit, you can do it two ways. You could already be making $10,000 a month from trading because you're just that good, or the more realistic answer is that you feel confident enough, you have a safety net, and you can afford to do this full time, and then you'll develop that mentality and that kind of you'll develop that better strategy that you need so that you can stay on full time. That makes sense. And I'm telling you, it's not easy, but you you just got to put in the work. I used to be pretty much on my computer all day. Afterwards, I used to do the on TradingView, the bar replay. I used to be there. Okay, I'm gonna go back in time to pick a random day and look at this, and then try to get in and out with obviously my strategy at nighttime, replaying, and then replaying the same day, and it's a lot of work. Now, people look at me or they question me like, "What do you do?" Like, they probably think I'm selling drugs or something. I don't know, but they're like, "What do you do? You're on the computer for like 2 months. I mean, 2 hours in the morning because I stream, right? And then I'm on the computer basically an hour at nighttime to adjust my levels, make my plan for the next day. But all said and done, I really trade for in general this 3 hours. And the trading part is not 3 hours, but just sitting and waiting, right? But it's one of those things where you kind of have to throw yourself in there. You know what I mean? Don't sacrifice everything, but at the same time, when you think you can do it for a couple months and you want to test the waters, you gotta jump in, my friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's sink or swim kind of thing. Not the best, but it's the only way I learned. You know what I mean? Like when I was 7 years just reading after work, coming home, studying, like that's great. That's good. That's amazing. Placing paper trades, or even I had my brokers again trading penny stocks and stuff like that. That's great. It gave me an understanding of how the market would move, I guess, in general. But you need screen time, and screen time can only come when you can afford to sit on the computer and see how price moves. Tell your boss, a la vista. A la vie. uh, you do. That is 100%. Ebner nailed that on the point. So with your savings, just because you have them, does not mean you need to be trading with that money. That's not at all what I'm saying here. So if you have savings, that's perfect. You can eat of those, right? But you can trade paper trade. You can trade with the combine, with the micros. You don't need to trade the minis. Trade the micros. You can last with 1 month for 1 month with one account. That's $50 worth of risk, right? So for $50, you can essentially have emotion in the game, be trading a combine, and get a lot of insight and knowledge into the market. And you don't need to be spending your own money. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you need your money to survive, to eat, to pay your stuff, right? And you can always do some side hustles too along the way. I've always been kind of a hustler too. You know what I mean? Like, I was never worried about getting my hands dirty or doing some job to be able to stay at home. You know what I mean? I did it all, man. You guys asked me. I've done it all. I used to wake up literally at 3 in the morning, no, 2 in the morning, get picked up, go to work at this plaza. I used to be blowing leaves outside at like 15, 17 years old. Did it all, man. At 16, I already had what? Yeah, 17, I think. Already, I had my car already. I just couldn't put insurance on it yet. But that's the topic for another day. I don't know if they can come at me for that. Okay. So when I knew I had to change my strategy, or not change, but look deeper at as to what I was doing, I would say was at the 6 month mark of going full time. Because 6 months it took me to realize that what I was kind of doing was very not great. You know what I mean? Like it was okay, but it was not great. So um, I would say that after 6 months, you really start to question yourself. 4 months, you start to realize that what you're doing is wrong, but you still keep doing it because we as humans, we don't like to, I'm a stubborn person. So I kept it going for another 2 months. And then after that is when I did what I'm telling you that I would recommend somebody doing. Because up until those first 6 months, I was trading my own money. I was trading options, I was trading stocks. I was kind of all over the place, right? Not focusing on one chart. After the 6 months, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna master one chart. This is a trade where you want to be mastered at one, not a jack of all trades kind of thing. Later on, once you master one, they all kind of move similar. You can go to any, I can go to any chart right now and it's probably okay. But you do change, I changed my strategy at around 6 months. I didn't change the whole thing. I just changed a little bit. And then at like 7 months, so about a month after that, I realized that I needed to kind of scrape everything. And then this is when it got kind of serious for me. I'm like, all right, it's either you figure this shit out or, you just stop right now. Because I thought I knew it all after like 7 years of studying and everything. Like, this is why I say it's such bullshit, the things you read online. But without going that deep, basically around 7 months is when I really got into this. I discovered this thing here, which is traps, backtest, technical analysis 101 to the very basics of the foundation of why the market even moves. Like before I was trading futures, I couldn't even tell you what futures are. Like, can you explain to me the S&P 500? Do you know what we are trading? Do you know what futures are? Like, I couldn't really, I could explain it. I knew what it was, but I didn't know at the core essence of what it was. And well, now I do, obviously. And then it's like, you really start to question your trading at 6 months. And that's when I changed kind of this whole thing of trading. Because I used to trade with trend lines, right? I used to trade with trend lines. I used to trade bear flags and, just basically stuff like this. And I used to also use the MACD. I used the RSI, volume. I even used bookmap. And I was just using so many things. And this is perhaps another reason why I probably failed using that strategy too. Because it was bookmap, MACD, RSI, trend lines, the VWAP, EMAs. These are literally 6 indicators I just mentioned to you that were at some points giving me all 6 different things to be doing. One was telling me to buy, one was telling me to sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So I was playing basically whichever one is more, that's the one that has to be right? If 4 out of the 6 are telling me to buy, then I have to buy, right? As opposed to sell. I'm not playing. Like, this is the reality I went through until I said, no way. I saw this one guy, I forget who he was, but he was trading naked charts like this, right? With some lines. And then he kind of brought me to the idea of trading with technical analysis. And then I discovered someone else who does not have a trading channel. He's not a trader in social media. He does have Twitter, but basically he's like a veteran in this game. He's been trading for like almost like 25, 30 years. And it was through him that I learned exactly this stuff, which is traps, backtests, and breakdowns. And the way he views the market in general aligned with me because I always felt like I didn't know where price was going. I always felt like I didn't know what price was doing. And right now, I know what price is doing. We are trying to reclaim this 33.30 level of resistance here. We are kind of failing right now, but supply here is getting chewed up. So one of two things is going to happen. If we get back below this range, we could be back in down, going back down to the downside here. Right now, the only way that you could be trading is if you want to take a very aggressive long off this level, assuming that this is going to hold, right? You're okay with that risk, right? But again, this is the key level here. We are trying to retake a resistance. This is what he talks about, right? Key levels of resistances, they take time to kind of, take back. Whereas before, I would be already like, why isn't this thing pumping? Look, we just pumped, but why are we getting stuck now? And then I'll be there cursing at the market. Meanwhile, the market's doing its thing. We gotta let it be, right? So I know that that was a very long answer, but what I'm gonna tell you is that's just my journey, and this is why I deal with this trading channel. I want to cut the learning curve to a lot of people. I'm telling you, like, You don't have to believe me, do your own research. I would just keep an open mind. You know what I mean? See what trading works for you. What type of trader you are. I'm a slow type of trader. I want to wait for the V and then go with the V, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just me. But some traders perform better when they're inside chop ranges like this, right? So you got to see what you are good at, and you will find that edge in your trading as long as you're looking for it. But one thing I think that 90% of traders are definitely should follow in terms of what I'm saying is 90%. I'm even putting it there because I this is key. I don't care how good you are at scalping in general. You're gonna be the 10% of people that can trade very quickly. But if you're not those 10%, if you don't think you are, you need to slow down and look at your trading as a business perspective, which I mean, everybody should. But what do I mean by that? Trade 2 times, 4 times per day, 5 times very max. Cut down on your trading. You need to trade less. You need to look for more quality and less quantity. You know what I mean? Like, less quantity is more quality. More quantity is less quality. So if you're a new trader and you're finding your edge still, do not be over trading. You know what I mean? Don't over trade if you're not that scalper that I'm talking about. Do I recommend any books? For trading, I mean, my first book was Steve Nyson Candlestick Charting, and it's such an unnecessary book. Like, I could skip through like 3/4 of that. I would say there are no, besides psychological books. Maybe what's the other one? I don't. My phone's charging there. I have them on Audible. I think that's how you say it. The Amazon thing, Audible thing. But good books. I'll be honest. Maybe because when I was 14, 13, I was reading personal development. The best books I can recommend are personal development. Uh, I find that those are the best. You know what I mean? I think the trading in general, as long as you can afford to stay, on your computer analyzing price and understanding the concepts of how price moves, you will understand, this. And I don't know if there's any books on what I'm trying to tell you here. I'm not trying to say I'm the end all and be all. No, what I learned, I don't find any books for. You know what I mean? Like trend lines. I know there are books online that I've seen shorts for people talking about, um, like patterns and things like that, right? But patterns they're not. I see them as extra confirmations on your trading. And as mentioned here, we know what price is doing here. It's trying to take back this resistance, but it's weak. You know what I mean? Like, supply is getting chewed up there. And then if exactly what's happening, we don't hold, we're waterfalling. You know what I mean? Like, now I know what to do. I just need to wait for this thing to continue. And this is smelling like a trap again to the upside here. Look at that. How is that? This is the trap exactly. We have a key level of resistance there. We talked about this, right? You can see the box. It's still the same box. We attempted to break out of this level of resistance. Usually I like to give him 3 to 5 points, right? So what do we get? 33.50. We got to 36.50. Look at that. 3 points. It went up 3 points, exactly in line with what I'm talking about. 3 to 5 points is the key time frame or the key price that I like to see, because it's usually enough to know that it's a trap. Look at that. We get back below this level of resistance. We attempted to break back above. However, this trap here, the low or the high of this trap, held, which means that this is a valid trap to the upside. Because as long as this could have pushed up here, but as long as this does not break, this is still valid. Hence why our stops need to be going behind it. Because if the trap is broken, then our trade is invalid. But if the trap holds, well, then there's no need to be risking more than 3 points on this. And then look at that. This is the beginning of this trend to the back down to the downside. The traps work the same to the upside as they do to the bottom. It's just backwards. So that's why I don't know if I can give you any books on this, because I don't think there's any books. But if you look online, you can see breakdowns like Google. Go on Google and like search up breakdowns, traps. Um, I'm sure you can find some things there. Failed breakdowns, liquidity graphs are another thing. You can learn about liquidity graphs for sure, but it's all free. You don't need to really even spend money on books. You can go on YouTube and kind of learn that there. Finish your trading. Oh yeah, I got my whole day ahead of me. Like I'm on my phone, right? I'm watching price whenever I don't make a trade, or I'm around the house, you know what I mean? Like I don't need to be on my computer all day, every day. Self-employed since 1998. That's amazing. So you're already an entrepreneur. Post the pic books. Nice, me too. I said I was gonna look for that picture the other day and I didn't bring it. Still gotta find it. Well, I have it. I pay for Google Photos. I have like 5 terabytes on Google Photos. So I could look it up here actually very quickly. And look at that waterfall right there. We have the trap to the upside and we're waterfalling back on down. And this is why at the even at morning, I said it. That trap should have not broken since yesterday. I'm not entirely bullish on this whole rally here. My gut feeling so far, taking me out of this trade right now. The short there is beautiful, but I'm not gonna be shorting it. Look, so I took this picture when I used to live in an apartment, parents. This was taken back in 2013. Okay, 2013, and I already had all these books down the hatch. Let me see if I can show you the date here. I know somebody's gonna be there that I don't believe. I have a lot of pictures. Yeah, you definitely can't see those pictures. There's a lot few other pictures. Uh, how do I show the thing? Well, it was taken 2013. It was pictured with taken with a potato or something. But I already had read The Intelligent Investor. Yes, I read it. That book there took me forever. Long time. Long time. The Alchemist was a great book as well. I think it might at that time of my life I kind of needed that book. The Compound Effect, I really like that. I mean, I like a lot of these. Why We Want You to Be Rich was my very first book I've ever read in my entire life. It just so happens to be that one. Don't ask me why. It was free. Somebody gave it to me and I read it. And Contagious, Outliers. Outliers is pretty interesting with their ideas. Bob Proctor. I don't know if you guys know who Bob Proctor is. I actually met him. I have pictures with him. And yeah, Think and Grow Rich, which is a big one. So that was 2013. How old was I in 2013? My gosh, look at that 22 bounce right now. What are we doing? I'm talking about books. I gotta make money here. Find it. But 13. That was 17. Where's the older one? That was my collection up until then. So yeah, I started doing that stuff around 13, 14, give or take. Gotta find that old picture. I want to find that old picture where. I think we just missed the bounce of 22. Unbelievable. Fuck. We see a break, top of resistance, but we'll see a push. Very likely, yeah. I think if we break through that level, come back to retest 32, I would be interested on the long side there. The problem here is, wow, what a 22 pump right there. My goodness. I'll be honest, I was kind of waiting a little bit deeper of a retracement there. Not really in love with 22 there. It's just we're in the same range again. 26 is where we were kind of at the open. We were back to the same story. I know how it looks. You're getting excited about the candles, you know, but man, come on, let's get some fresh levels in here. Look at that, bouncing right from 22, right from yesterday. Yesterday's same key levels. Should have been long 22. Duck. Nasdaq, we're testing 32 right now. I don't know. I'm still not excited here. Look where we opened. We opened up at 9:30. We opened up at 60.28. We are exactly pretty much right at the same price. Maybe they'll fade this pump back on down. I'm still leaning that we want to go lower right now. And hence why I'm trying to just be patient and wait for 09 here, but we went to this auto show on the weekend and it made me miss my Mercedes. Not gonna lie. There was some nice Beamers and stuff there. I gotta tell you, I like Mercedes better. For SUVs at least. Maybe want to go back to Canada. There was this Porsche there. Oh my goodness. Wow. There was no Ferraris and Lamborghinis. I was hoping to see that, but there wasn't. All in good time. Down here, you can't have a nice car. You know what I mean? In El Salvador, you cannot own a nice car here. I've already been inside plazas. They already re-rented it. The front as well. You're there shopping. You come back. Somebody scratched your car. They do not respect your cars here. And insurance, if you get in an accident, good luck. Feels like the Wild West right here. Right now, I think both are going for 6K. I think so. I hope so. Again, at least it's nice to see that we're getting some volatility. Like we got the dip. We're trying to get the rip, but I'm not sold on this bounce. I am not. I think that 35, 32 is gonna hold right now, if we even get up there. Come on, Bears. Get this thing down, man. I think we're still in for some more downside here. I'm gonna be patient a little bit. I was thinking about that short up there, but nah. But then we had to bounce off 22 that hard, right? I was trying to find something here to show you guys, but I gotta find the right one. Come on, break down 22. That could be the last bounce from 22. So we'll see some more downside here. I would not be testing these longs here at 22. I think 6K wants to get hit. 02, come on, give me that level. 02 or 09, one of them. Come on, yes. Smelling like a breakdown over here. I just found this crazy picture here. Oh my god. I don't think I want to show you guys. It's a picture of basically when I was in Portugal and I was at around I think 227. I used to weigh 227 pounds. I can't do it. I don't know if I can do it. True that. You guys are gonna forever be you're gonna forever look at me like that. So no. I know I think this is so hard. Hey. Come on, yes, let's get something good. You know what I mean? I mean, there was that short up there, that 32, smelling like a trap to the upside right there, right now. I don't want to be longing this level. It's already used up. Come on, yes, break that 32. Sorry, 22. What time is it? 10:22. All right. If you have not joined, this is your call now. Free community. Never have to pay a single cent for it. And you can bring your ideas there. And you can read our ideas there. 100% free. So it's there. The link is on the chat if you're interested. By the way, the stream has been growing. If you want to continue to see it grow, hit that like button. I think the algos are starting to kind of like it. They like it. All right. Well, this is I don't really want to get long here. Even this 22 bounce is getting faded back on down again. So now we could be doing kind of the similar setup here that we had up at that 32. We're trying to chew through that supply here. Trying to. Can the Bears pull it off? Can they do it? Can't really make price move, you know what I mean? But my gut feeling right from the open, this setup here in general, I guess we rallied through that, but to go set up a trap at the upside, but I'm not entirely bullish yet here. You got a trap to the upside there. If we can get to 09 flush, I like 09 better. I mean, 22 could work. Again, like, we got to understand the levels. It's not our job to try and predict how many times the level is going to hold. But, you know, when a level's been holding already for a long time, it becomes more and more and more risky, right? Like, we already had a bounce from here at 8 in the morning, one at 7:32, another one here. We kind of have this little mini thingy here, another one from there. I mean, and not to mention yesterday as well, right? So it just becomes a little bit kind of, how much times is this level gonna actually hold? Of course, it can continue to hold, but just not really in the mood to be bidding used up levels right now. I'm being patient, as I mentioned on the Discord yesterday. I'm only taking the best of the best that I see. And I'm not going to let any pressure or anything kind of get to me anymore. So if you do want to know what levels it is that I'm looking at and what levels that I'm basically going to be bidding, or when I'm in a trade, or whenever, if you want to see anything else in terms of levels and ideas, different things happening there, well, join. It's free. I promise, if you join and somebody tells you they paid something, then you can come here and report it, but it's free. All right, we'll do the stream another like 10 minutes. We'll see if anything happens here, but I gotta tell you, this is still smelling like a breakdown. I still think we want to head lower. Even this pattern that we're building right now, it kind of smells like we want to go lower. See. This is the key right here, though. This is the short entry there, as mentioned exactly on the stream here. That 33 level is resistance. You're gonna short if you have the guts to do it, right? This is probably the best setup here. Once you have the breakthrough of that level, and then we basically get back below the range. And you can see that right there. It gave us a second entry point with our stop being about 3 points here from the 34 to the 37. You got a 3-point stop there for a potential risk, or for the potential reward of 10, 20 plus points. Like, this setup makes sense to me, you know what I mean? But if I get long here, what am I looking at? 32, you know what I mean? Less than 10 points on this. If I get short here, I don't know if 22 is going to break, you know what I mean? So we're talking about a 4-point mover, maybe. I'm feeling bad if I don't take any trades today. Me too, honestly. I'm feeling okay with myself. Short 1 ES contract at 26.75. Very nice. Very nice. 26.75 holding. I don't think you're in the wrong either. You know what I mean? Like I keep on saying here, I feel bearish. I think we're heading lower. I just don't take those trades. But you know what I mean? Just because I don't take it doesn't mean you can't, right? In fact, I applaud you. You're short from the 26. I'm cheering for you. I want to see Niagara Falls come in, baby. Come on. Let's show Versetti what Niagara Falls looks like. Let's just dump right through that 22 right now. I think if we break through that 21, 25, we're breaking 20, we're going down. Oh my gosh, they're trying it. All right, they broke it. I think they're going down through the 20 here. Come on. Again, I'm not short. I'm not in any position. If I ever am, you can see it right here when I enter. I don't hide any of my entries ever. Ever. So you get to see the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. Come on, break, 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 break. No way. Come on. Come on, Shover City, Niagara Falls. Break, baby. Break, break, break. They're trying to bounce it from there again, but I think we're heading lower. I think 22 is going to crack. I'm surprised it didn't do it there. I'm thinking if this is like one of those like last pumps. Because they oftentimes, before they break, it's very difficult to break a level of support. This is exactly the BS that happens. Where you have like little rips, mini dips from the support level. You can see how it's getting chewed up. It's getting used up here. Another bounce of 22. This thing's only gonna hold so long, you know what I mean? I think we're heading lower. I'm not bullish on this price. Since the market opened, again, Brent caught that long from down there. I applaud him. Like, that's an amazing long from there. But this break here of that trap from yesterday gives me the hint that, we're probably not going to be rallying as hard as this thing is kind of picturing it to be right now. Hence why I've been bearish pretty much all day. And when I'm bearish, I'm not trading because I don't short the strength. But I would argue for myself, my own self's sake, that I'm probably doing a good call by not trying to foam along up there and not trying to take these bounces here, because I do think ultimately the trend right now is pointing to the downside on the day. Until something major happens to give us reason to flip our mentality, which would be what? A trap or a bounce of a major level of support. But we have not tested any major level of support. Therefore, we still need to go down there. We'll see if we can make it all the way down there. Come on, we got to break this 22. Don't worry, Versetti. I might take the long of 22, and then like that, it'll dump on me. Like that, I'll help you out. No, I'm not going to take the long I'm playing. But if I was taking this long, would have pulled back. Would have dumped. Man, I miss my coffee sometimes. Like, I'm not bored or anything, but miss that caffeine. You know what I mean? The caffeine wakes you up differently than a cold shower does. I take cold showers, but it wakes you up. Then oh, come on, and again, we're back to the same stuck range. Not liking this range here. Take off a five short, five shorts a day. Gonna make some shorts. I am gonna make a video later on. But right now, we're kind of holding again that 22 level, and that's why I mean, like, it's difficult for me to short here because I know that support is there. I don't know when it's gonna break. It's smelling like a breakdown. It's smelling like we want to break this level down, but until we break, it's very difficult. Too much caffeine for you. We got two trend lines here. Something's gotta go right. We're building the X for X-Men right here. The X. Come on, break, break, break. I think we're heading down, man. Whenever this thing distributes, it's gonna distribute quickly. If I was short 32, I'll be laughing right now. I'll be just waiting for this thing to on. Let's do it for Versetti. Break it down. Too many bounces of 22. It is not a reliable level by any means. They got plenty of stops right below that level right now. Plenty of them. 2 days now, kind of the same level. And this thing's bouncing from 22 pretty hard now. Flat stopped out. That's okay. If you broke even on it, it's all right. The difficult short here, as mentioned, because we're shorting into a level of support, right? This 2022 is a level of support. I don't trust this level here, but probably the right call there at 22. People getting long there. I don't like this range. It's the same one as yesterday. We're right where we opened up pretty much. We opened up at 28.50. We're at 27. Price has had a little bit of a round trip both ways, up and down, but we're right where we opened. You know what I mean? We're pretty close to where we opened. All right, all right. Think I'm not gonna lie. This short is incoming here. I like this short. Problem with selling short here, like if we were to break down this 20, I could potentially short there. But I feel like obviously I would need, I don't know, something because I would be kind of chasing there. But unfortunately, it's the only way I'll know if we're weak when we break down 20. We need to break down something in order to get short for me. Look at that Versetti. It's right back on down, man. Basically it took you out just to come back down. I gotta like it. I gotta tell you, I'm liking it for a short right now. I am liking it for a short. That's a lot of bounces of that 22. This thing's gonna have to crack that level soon, I think. Yeah, bad luck. That's why I don't like break even trades for that particular reason. I commit to them because of that reason. This is smelling breakdown, like a breakdown right now to me. My sense is telling me we're breaking this level down right now. Yeah, me too. I'm looking at that primarily as well, Antonio. But I'm just thinking, what if I could ride this baby down to the downside and then capture it to the upside? Creativity. Here's my brain thinking, all this creativity. And then I'll get short here and get stopped out. No, I'm not gonna get stopped out. I'm gonna break down. It's smelling like a breakdown. I'm just thinking, do I short at the break right at below 20? Maybe if we break 20, back test 20, then I'll get short. The thing is, with this kind of congestion here, we're gonna break down 20 in waterfall, so I'll miss the short. Which is okay, I guess. All right, let's see if this thing rallies. Maybe there's a short up here, down up here. Breakdowns are very hard to catch a good one. I know. That's why it's difficult. And then the shorts get squeezed all the time. Can't win as a short. I'm liking it there. I'm liking it. I'm loving this setup for a short. I'm telling you right now. This level wants to crack, but where the hell am I going to short? I want to get short here somewhere. I think I'm going to try it, but where? I think I'm better off waiting for 20 to crack. Coming onto that 22 again. Don't expect this level to hold. Home finally. Brand. I don't know if you're still long, but as mentioned, try to leave that runner up there. We got the little pullback. We could be pushing from here, but for me, it's smelling like a breakdown here. Don't get out because I'm saying it's smelling like a breakdown, though. Don't blame me for the gorgeous trade you got going on right now. I like this. I'm really, really liking this, but okay. Where am I going to pull the trigger on this? We got 20 there still. I don't want this thing to bounce and reverse on me. Brent got out at 32. You're on fire today, my friend. Fire. Niagara Falls, as mentioned, right from the open. That trap breakdown from yesterday. This is why I always say you have to know what price did yesterday. If you don't understand yesterday, you're not going to understand today. Hence why all morning, all day, I've been on the bearish side here. Like, this is the key right there. This is the hint on the day for us. Right here. This is that hint. Hint, hint. You know, the market's like winking at us. The market's winking. So that trap at first, that pump, which was amazing. Brent capitalized on it, obviously, but we don't need to FOMO. You know what I mean? We can just wait for the next opportunity to come in. All right, all right, all right. 20 is cracking. I'm thinking about selling one here. Maybe 20, having my stop above here. I'm going to wait and see. I don't want this to be a trap either. we get back above 22, you know this is a trap. I could risk 2 points on this right now. But it's smelling a little trappy here. We gotta be careful here. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a 2-point stop. If we get back above 22, then you know that this is probably a trap to the upside here. At which point I will be out of my position. This is a risky short, by the way. Don't do it. I'm the one here who's trying to ride it to the downside because I'm looking mainly for the downside. Sorry, for the down trap. I want to get long. That's my main trade here, but trying to see if I can be a smartass and ride it to the downside as well. All right, 22. That's the last bit of line of defense. I do not want price back above 22 by any means, or else this is a trap to the downside. Should have been long there, but gotta hold 22. Come on, Bears. Hold this thing. Hold it. Right now. One Leo to make money. That's it. Thank you for cheering that short on. Come on. Let's go, baby. Come on. Break it down. We broke down 22. We're breaking down 20, which tells me we want to likely go test those lows of 14 right now. 13. Right there. 1350. Again, if price gets back above 22, this is nothing but a good old trap to the downside, which means I'll be squeezed out of my position here. Hence why I don't want price back above 22. Price needs to stay below 22. The slightest of price going higher there, it isn't. You don't really need a big, gigantic stop on this. For me, I could even go maybe 22.75. I can risk 2 points on this. Up 125 on that short. Nice. I'm going to be hanging in here. I'm holding tight. If we get back above 22, this is a trap to the downside, and we got to be careful here. And they trap this thing again. To the downside here. I'll be quite amazed. I won't lie. 22, 23 there. Still under 3-point stop here. Still less than 3 points on this stop. You don't need a whole lot of risk. Price has been consolidating since open, basically. That's why I'm thinking there's still more left in this tank here, but as long as 22 does not break, we gotta break down, boy. Come on, yes. Don't do one last freaking pop through it, and you know what I mean? We already did all that. We already did all the popping. We already did the trap through it. Everything here is hinting that we want to go down still furthermore. So come on. Show us that downside here. You can see 22 already testing 3 times. 1, 2, almost 3 times here. Getting us denied, meaning it's trying to act as resistance now. Because they know if we take back this level 22, we're squeezing up. And bears don't want that. If they want to have any more continuation to the downside here, they need to hold that line there. So really, my entry should have been 22. I get it, but that's always the trade-off, right? That if I don't get in here, would it just waterfall? But because I'm long, I'm short, we're testing it, testing. Come on, break down. Break down. Never mind the BS, break down. Yeah. 22 short would have been better. My stop would have been 25. Somewhere there would have been better, but come on, yes. Come on. Takes time, you know what I mean? You can't really force the market. Whoops. Come on, Niagara Falls. There you go. Marufo is wanting to see Niagara Falls, so am I. We'll test the big levels of support at the bottom. You know you want to. You know you want to. You know you can smell it. You can taste it. Big liquidity grab at the bottom down there. This thing's not breaking down. We gotta get moving here, or else that 22 is in danger. 22 is getting dangerous now, so we gotta get going, bears. Come on, push this thing lower. Look how undecided they are here. They're very undecided right now. They're like, they know if they get back above 22, we gotta pump. But they're not overly committed just yet to that. Come on, we gotta get going. Or else. Just go, baby, break. There's still more juice in this tank here, I think. Down, down, down. All right, so coming up, we're going to have that 1350, which is the low of the overnight right now. Question is, what's going to happen down there if we can make our way down there, right? So just understand that we do have this 14 level down here, 13 level down here. If we can get down there, I'm thinking about two choices. You can obviously lock it down because we could bounce from there one last time, or depending on how price is moving, we could be in for that breakdown. We can break down that low from overnight, which would be nice. And then we're looking at a 09 potential target there and 02 being down the second level. The market already changed. But this thing is just moving sideways. I'm telling you, it's not been pretty. It has not been pretty. You need a whole lot of patience here. Based on a risk perspective, I mean, we're technically already more than a 1-to-1. Let's see if we can get more. Yesterday was easier. Yeah. Difficult here. I found it yeah, I had a problem yesterday. And this is why I love technical analysis. I mean, I can prove what I'm saying based on what price is doing, right? You can see the 22 is basically getting extremely used up until this point. It's been used up yesterday. We got bounces from it overnight. We have traps below this level. And the key hint was that that low of the trap broke down yesterday. As mentioned right away when you got on the stream, that trap should have not broken from yesterday. We did break it at 5:30 this morning, giving me the wink that, you know, price is probably heading on, you know, not on a strong bullish scenario at this freaking 28.30 area. Hence why I've been feeling sure all day. Right now, you know, 22, it's proven that it can be resistance. So we broke down finally. And can you see how those wicks got stuck at 22? Do you think that that's coincidence? Like, think about it. Think about it. Do you think that that is coincidence that the price couldn't actually break above 22? It's so phenomenal how this price game works. And then look at that. From that 22 denial, we get reverse back on down. And now we're returning back to the downside here. Up 120 on this short. Nice. I'm still holding this baby here. I'm up 225 right now. I'm gonna let this thing go. We got 13 here though. Keep that in mind. 13 is coming right now. It is a key level here. If we break down that 13, we're probably going to the 0902 level. And then I'll do exactly what I said. I'm gonna be riding this baby down to the downside. And then probably hopping on the bull at the bottom down there. Up 150. I love it. Come on. We gotta test that 14 level down there. Never a bad idea to lock in profit, especially on shorts. Remember, right now we've been in tight ranges. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the one who's overcommitted. I'm either getting stopped out or we're going down to the 09, baby. Well, that took a while to get a trade in here. But it's better, you know what I mean? It's better to take time until you can actually see, you know, a level that is interest to you instead of like flipping back and forth and like, you know, like just doing a whole lot of things that you're not too entirely confident in. And that goes for me that like yesterday, I'm like, no, it's wrong to be doing that stuff. If we break down that 14, that 13, remember, that's a key level there. If you're shorting or you're thinking, you know, if you were short, even me, I could be locking profit down there at 13. I'm just trying to see if price can actually break that low there because I do think we will break it if we can manage to go down there. But we'll see. This is the overnight low. Remember that right there. That 12. Don't be in shock if this thing reverses from down here. Or at least give some type of bounce. But if we just waterfall right through that, there's no need for me to take profit there. Hence why I moved my profit target lower. Antonio did not have the cojones. That's all right, buddy. It takes a lot of me to get into a short as well, especially like I like these like the breakdowns. They're much better. They're difficult to get, but you just have to be patient with them. Because here it's very difficult for me to short at these levels here. But the ultimate one was up here where the trap is. The trap is right up there. Right here. This is it. The break above resistance, the break back into the range below the resistance, and that's it. That's the gold right there. This is just continuation of the same leg. Oh. Come on, let's go break down 14. Come on, we're going down. We're going down. It's like I've seen this many times. I don't want to tell you how this ends, but because then if I say it, you know what I mean, you might be like, and if it doesn't happen, you know what I mean. But I'll tell you, it's like I guess not really a pattern recognition, but something I've noticed when I'm shorting at certain key levels. I don't know if this is gonna be the one. I have no idea, right? I don't have a crystal ball literally in my hands, but I do have one online here where I've noticed whenever we kind of break down like this and then we start kind of moving like this, I don't know why. It just reminds me of times where we waterfall afterwards, but the waterfalls come in later. I don't know if it's going to happen later. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? We'll see what happens at the end of the day, but we'll see. I don't know. Right now, this thing is still kind of wanting to hold that 14. Back above 22. This is nothing but a trap to the downside here. And at that point, I would focus more on that 14. But right now, I think we're hunting that 14 down there. Come on, let's break down 14. It's going, but slowly. What are the heat maps parts called? Heat maps? I forget exactly what that is. Heat map. What is it? That sounds so familiar. Are you talking like the order stuff on the side here? I forget what it's called, but you basically see the order, the volume over here on the side. Volume profile, I think it's called. Heat maps. I think that's a book map thing, is it not? I hope so, but I don't know. This type of price, the way it's moving right now, it ends with a waterfall. And I usually end up taking profit too damn. I don't want to curse myself there. No. Yeah, the volume, all that. The heat map. Yeah, I think I used it for a little bit, not very long. I don't know much about it, and I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna even pretend that I do. On Bookmap, I use Bookmap a lot, but like volume profile here on the side, I don't trade that anymore. It's just you have your volume point of control, right? You're gonna have uh, where orders are sitting and stuff like that. I don't trade none of that stuff. Come on, yes, let's get something. You know what I mean? Let's get some more dumping going, some more volume to the downside here, some more selling. Let's some selling. Uh, I want to see us get out of this consolidation. Me too, man. Me too. I would really love to see this thing break down 13 right now. And for once, go test 09. You know what I mean? Like, we're going there. Getting there. All right, come on, come on, come on. Let this be it. I'm telling. I don't know. I don't want to call it a head. Knock on wood, but I'm telling you, the way it's moving right now, it does not end really well. If today is the day where we're gonna be selling, this thing is gonna dump hard. Or we might just squeeze back up. But the way it's moving, it's loading up for something. I'm not sure which way. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm sure right now. We broke down, so I'm leaning to the short side. But what I'm trying to get at here is things it's coiled up for something. You know what I mean? Gotta do something here. Been sitting on the screen for an hour and 30. Time flies. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been here a little bit over that, and time flies, man. And all that for one trade, you know what I mean? For me, at least. One trade. So come on, ES. It's time to reward me. And let's break down, baby. Break down. It's waiting for me to take profit. Watch. Alright, ES. I took profit, okay? Never mind these lines here. Don't worry about those lines. I just took profit. The ES heard me say I took profit. Yes! We locked it in. Boom! Never mind those lines, though, ES. Just ignore them. Now it's going to waterfall because now the market knows, it thinks that I'm out. Watch that work. If this works, I'm doing this every time. Come on, I just took profit. No way it's going lower. Come on. Just break already. Break. Come on, baby. Break. Well, we're hunting for that 1350, that 14 level right now. Remember, that's a take profit area. I'm the one who's choosing to watch price at that key level. So I can perhaps get a little bit more greedy if we get down there. Come on, do it, yes. Do it. Do it, baby. Do it. Look at it. It's like flirting with the idea of going on. They're like, should we go? Should we go? Should we not go? Should we do it? It's right there. I mean, another point, really. One other 2 points. I think you can go, yes. You don't want to go? There's a lot of orders sitting there. Not to mention the stops on the longs down here. They're right here. Right? Those are juicy, juicy, juicy stops down there. I'm listening to this song. I'll follow you way down, wherever you may go. I'll follow you way down, 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 down. And it's perfect song for the fact that ES is going down, and I'm following it down. So come on, let's go more down. Let's get this dump. It still hasn't kicked in yet. It'll kick in at the breakdown of 14. Come on. Do it. There you go. As I've said, the way this price is moving right now, it's bringing me so many memories of how this ends, and it doesn't end well. I don't know why. I'm kind of maybe mixing in my head about the way this crap is moving right now. It is exactly like every other time when we fail like pretty hard, but we also have ripped in the past pretty hard as well when we move like this. So I'm hoping that, you know, after that breakdown there, I'm on the right side of this move when it freaking, you know, when it explodes. It hasn't exploded yet. Hasn't happened yet. We're getting right to that 14 level right down here. Remember? Unwind. That's it. That's the right word. Unwind. We're getting to 14. If we bounce from 13, 14, don't be upset. I just want to see if we can unwind this thing to the downside. Just the way price is moving. I don't know. Maybe it's just too much screen time sometimes, but gives you some wrong ideas sometimes, but we'll see. Ooh. But you know, like that movie where you're like, wait a second, what was the name of that character again? What was his name? And you know the name. Can't really quite call it, but you know the name. And you know the character. It's kind of like that right now for me. I've seen this picture too many times right now. Up until today. Come on, let's unwind this thing. Break down 14, 13, 50, baby. Break it down. All right, we're coming to test it right now. This is key right now. This is very key. If we bounce from here, you know, don't be like, wow, why did we bounce from here? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not really willing to bid this level right now. And therefore, I think I'm better off on the short here. I could be locking profit in there, but I'm deciding to stay greedy here. I'm going to play on the greed side here. Up 200. I can only use 2 contracts at the moment, though. That's right. When you're on the scaling, when you're scaling into your XFA, you're only allowed 2 with a balance up to 1,500. After that, I think you're allowed 3, and after I think 2,000, I think you're allowed 5. Give or take something like that. I forget the numbers, right? But you're not allowed to use 5 one shot, which is a good thing, you know. For your XFA, you want to build it up slow. It's all right. $500 a day, $1,000 a day, baby. That's good. It's good. Yes, of course you want to have those blowout days, but just keep doing you. You know what I mean? Don't listen to me. Keep doing you. You got to the XFA. You got there. You're doing what you've been doing, but the scaling rule does suck a little bit. All right, we're kind of holding 14 right now. You can see 14 right there, 1350. It's the last line of defense they got here right now before this thing unwinds. And then we see the Jenga block first failure there. Ooh. Look at that 5-minute chart there. We break down this 14 level. Coming through. Look at this on the 5-minute chart. Look at that trap up there. You can. It's more easier to kind of see that. But obviously, it's difficult to be trading on a 15-minute chart there. But look at that trap there. That's the beginning of this move there. That's it right there. This is the money right there. That trap. The breakdown, the back test, the short. And then now looking for that full breakdown here. Can it happen? Uh-oh. Starting to bounce from 14. Again, like I said, this is entirely me being greedy now a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see if that 14 can break finally. But don't be surprised if this thing just, you know, does one of these. I wouldn't be, because it's just that type of market, right? On a more balanced market, yes, I would expect it to break. But not right now. Right now, I'm trying to let some greed kind of play into a little bit here. Moving slowly still. Moving slowly. Come on, let's see. Can we break down this 14 level? I'll follow you way down, wherever you may go. Come on, I'll follow you all the way to the downside here. Moving like a snail here. I don't know if my charts are frozen or this thing is just moving that's friggin' slow. Yeah. $14, providing that bounce there so far a little bit. As mentioned here, 14, 13.50. Almost right on the money. Look at that. Right to the tick. Almost. 13.75 was the low there. Ah, I gotta get a bit greedy maybe. Look at that. See that low there? That's exactly why I'm like 13. I'm still staying short for now, but like I said, don't be surprised. You know what I mean? And look at that. It's happening. The power of technicals. It's how you play the game, but at the end of the day, what matters is just understanding the levels. Like if you can just understand the levels where price might do what, you're already ahead. You're already 80% there, you know what I mean? The rest, that's secondary. I may have been greedy there. I thought we would break down 14. I gave the benefit of the doubt to the Bears. I'm like, I think we're gonna do it. They're mad that I don't put a picture on them anymore on the thumbnails. They're mad at me. All right, I'm thinking about adding one here. My average would be a little bit worse, but then I'll go break even on it. If we can get filled a little bit higher here. My average is gonna be too bad. We could easily back this 20 here. 17, 18. A little bit higher. I would have liked a little bit higher. Maybe like 18 of back tests right there. I mean, I could add up here, but then it just makes my average a little bit worse. Or I could just simply stay with the 1, have my stop where it needs to be, and let this baby ride all day. As long as we're below 22, we're headed to the downside here. There's no disputing it unless there's a trap to the downside, and I don't see any trap to the downside here yet. So, you want to add here. I would have liked to have added another one at the peak there. Would have been nice. Oh, sure. How long have I been in this short now? Quite some time now. All right, can we go break down 14 now? This will be interesting if we break down 14. Very, very interesting. And we're back down. This is why it's very important not to be trading, over trading inside these ranges here. You have to kind of pick your shot, take it, and kind of go with it. We've been in the short for around 30 minutes. 30 minutes, look at that. See? That's okay to be. It could take an hour. It could have taken 5 minutes. You know what I mean? We don't know the path the market is going to choose. All we need to know is the price. We broke down. We need to understand price. What price might be doing what at when. And that's it. Come on, break 14. Just break 14 and we're in for a nice move now. Waterfall, baby. Waterfall. Come on. Don't bounce no more. Just let's go. Let's go. The spy wants to crack. Come on, baby. Come on. Crack it. Crack it. Crack it. Remember, yes, we already took profit, so there's no need to be still doing these things. We can break down. Just don't look at my blue line. I mean, my green line and the red line and the other green line at the bottom. Just ignore that. Very important test right now. This is a very, very important test. I couldn't stress enough how important this test is right now. Can we break it down? Can the Bears pull it off? Can they pull off the win out of their hand? No more. Yes, no more. Come on. 1350 right now. Come on. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I was supposed to go to the gym. I would have been done already. Or coming. No, I would have been leaving, actually. Again, don't be surprised here. This is 13, 50, 14 level of support here. We know this. We know this. I'm just getting greedy here. I think there's more left in this tank. It has not unwinded yet. This thing has not even started to unwind yet. But that's me. Don't do what I do. You know what I mean? Not wanting to crack. It's not wanting to do it. Not really wanting to. That is not good news for me because it doesn't want to. If it doesn't want to, it might go back above 22, and we gotta stay below 22 no matter what on this pump here. You gotta trade with conviction. This is exactly what I mean. You know what I mean? It can't be. I know support's right there. I think we're gonna crack it. I'm sure from the 2075 conviction. You can't be flipping. You know what I mean? You gotta know why you got in, who just got trapped, and then you go with that. Right now, we broke down the trap to the bottom. We have a trap to the upside. I think we're going lower here. Until I see a trap to the downside, I'm not willing to flip here. You know what I mean? If we trap, fine. Like at that point, there's a trap to the downside. But right now, the trap I see is to the upside, meaning the bulls got trapped up there. We go down. Unwind this thingy, yes. I know it takes time, but when it's gonna do it, and this is maybe why I always end up sometimes taking profit early, because by the time it comes, I'm like already impatient. Oh, yo. But it's bouncing from 14. We gotta respect price. We do know this level here is some level of support here. No surprise. Look at it. That's the low right there. That's from 5:30. Brand was long there on the community. By the way, this is your infomercial of the day. If you have not joined, we're talking about these important key levels pretty much all day long. People there are, putting their ideas, and they are sharing and helping each other out. So it's amazing to see. And of course, you can bring your own take to the community as well. And best of all, it's free. Can we break down 14? The $1,000,000 question right now. $1,000,000 question right now. Can they break it? Can they make it happen? On yes. Play a hard ball with me. Fine. So two ways of looking at it there. You have that 14 level. You could be long there. You could have probably taken a long there. I'm not going to flip, but even that 1350, you could be at break even already, But again, level to level, right? I'm sticking on the short side right now. Come on. Hit the sell button, smart money. Come on. Sell this ducking thing. eBay. We're trying to break the low of yesterday's low, the doji candle of yesterday. Come on, break this thing. This is moving like a snail until it doesn't. The market's taking its own sweet time. Definitely. Definitely. Come on, break. Break, yes. Break. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, do it. I've seen this picture so many times. Come on, let's unwind this thing. Do it. Do it for Papa. Testing again. Testing 1350 again. Come on. Break it. How much test can this thing hold? Dump it. Right here. Right now, yes. Don't worry. Nobody's short. Let's just go down. You know what I mean? No one's shorting this thing. Just go down. Come on. Let the greed pay out today. I don't want to take profit here. Let's go. Oh, it's struggling. It's struggling. Like I said, we don't have control over the market. We don't know when it's going to do it, if it's going to do it. All we can do is position ourselves at the right time and then, let the market do its thing. What? What do you guys think? Tell me. You think we're going to be bouncing from here and basically running back up to that 22 and squeezing through the 22 and this was nothing but a little micro dip? A possibility. We're bouncing from that overnight support here. See that there? No coincidence. No coincidence whatsoever here. I'm choosing to stay on the bearish side today. I'm playing on the bearish team. Inside this tight range here. My goodness. 1350 below 22, I would say. Why? Why you gotta play so hard? Yes. Let's break down 14. Stop playing hardball. You know you want to break down to get that liquidity down there. Come on. All right, all right, all right. Coming back on down to test 14. This is what we want to see. This is exactly what we want to see. We want to see the level of key support 14, that overnight low from this last night at 5:30 in the morning. We want to see it get tested. You see that how they keep testing? They keep testing, they keep bouncing, but the bounces keep getting faded into. That is what we want to see when you're short. You don't want to see that when you're long. But when you're short, this is what you want to see. You know that they're chewing. Every time we bounce from 12, from 14, they're chewing through the supply. We're starting to break it. Come on, now we cannot go back above there. We cannot go back above here. We need to continue now. We need to continue. So far, greed kind of paying me off here, keeping me still in the short here. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Amazing, amazing. You're still breaking down. Look at that. We're coming to 09. Yes, ducking. Yes, baby. Patience is paying off. Oh my god, it's fucking coming to 09. Be careful at 09. Be careful at 09. 09, if we trap there, I'll be out of there very, very fast. We got a crack. Follow you way down. Break, break, flush, 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 flush. Flush, flush, flush. Look at that. You can't even see my ducking entry anymore. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh! Come on. Keep pushing now. I'm getting more greedy. Every tick goes lower. I'm getting more greedy on this. I should have been adding. I told you. I knew it. This thing. This is starting to unwind now. I think there's still more here. I always take profits so early. I don't know why. Today, duck that crap. I'm gonna stay in this thing. I don't want to see price back above 09. We need to just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. We close below 09 there. Very nice. This is putting fear in me right now. I'm still holding for now. Patience, baby. Patience, conviction. This is what it takes. Look at the trap below 09. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. We gotta fade this thing quickly right now. Quickly. Quickly, quickly, quickly. I don't like how we kind of went below 09 and we're dipping back above. I don't really like that. I would have loved to see like maybe 07, you know, something inside this range, like 07, 09 here. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Still more left. And there you go. There you have it. A 2-point stop generating a trade 10 plus, 15 points close to now. You don't need a whole lot of risk. What you need to be focusing on is your entries, levels to levels. Coming back on down to 09 right now. Come on, break down 09. Break it down. So I've only done one trade as of today. You can see right there how much I'm up. I've only traded once the whole stream. My take profit right now is looking at 02 if we can get there. But I might lock it in at, we'll see. I mean, my take profit should be at support levels, which is 09 and 14. But I was watching price at 14. I think we were breaking down. So that's why I did not take profit at 14. I'm watching price at 09. I don't see a need for me to take profit just yet. So I'm trying to let this thing go. However, take profits for me are the levels themselves. So I should be taking profit at 09 here. I should be taking profit at 14, but I'm kind of watching here price. I think we got more in the tank here. We can probably head on lower here. But I might lock it in just to be green in the day because this has been a long kind of trade here. And then I can look for the long at the downside there at 02. I should be with a runner. I should have added short up there. But you know how it is. Could have, would have, should have. I didn't. One trade on the day. I was literally, when I entered, I mentioned it here. I was literally risking less than 3 points. Less. And then it just takes conviction to go through all this. I don't know. I'm debating to either get out here or do something here because this thing needs to continue back below 09. Infomercial time. If you have not joined and you want to join, there's a lot of different people that are posting up different ideas. So it's free to join. Won't cost you nothing. And of course, you can come here and bring your own ideas to the trading community as well. 09, looking very weak. Can't even see my entry anymore. I'm up 6 on it. I might take it, honestly. I don't know if we're going to go down to 02. I'm going to take it. I don't like how we're bouncing from that level. Ugh. I just locked it in. You know what? It's a good trade. I don't want to get back too much profits. I don't have a runner on this. That's why I also don't want to get too excited, you know, looking for deeper and then it doesn't go, right? I don't want to get back too much profit here. I can always re-enter anyways, but I'm not going to chase it short here. So good trade. You guys saw it all here. We enter short right there. That's the recap. And then risking 2 points, basically. Not a whole lot of risk on it. And then it just takes time and time and time for this thing to kind of unwind. And I probably took profit early because I think we're looking like we are headed lower right now. Which is okay. I'm okay. Like I said, I want to be able to ride that move to the downside. But really, I'm more interested on the long side here. Didn't like my ticket kicked me off. Hey, you actually had an even better entry than I did. I remember you were talking about how you were short 26. 26.75, so that's good. I mean, one thing that makes me happy here in general for today is we were obviously looking at the right side of the move, right? I know you could have maybe capitalized on it a little bit better, but at the end of it, what makes me happy is that price was able to tell me, and you know, I can come here and tell you that once we broke down this low at this trap at 5 in the morning, it was a hint, the market winking at us, right? That we were likely going to be fading this move back on down. And also we have this trap up here, which is where the real money is right there. But again, this whole time it was a bearish kind of day setup. It's a garbage kind of, doesn't really move that nice when it's going like this, but nonetheless, we got to follow the price, right? We are basically still looking to the downside here. So I'm happy about the fact that we weren't getting caught on the long side here at the 30s. You know what I mean? We weren't getting caught on the long side here at the 28 when really the better trade was right there. And it's starting to unwind again here. I tell you, I've seen the picture many times, but I always take profit early. Always. It's just always. Anyways, I'm looking at O2 now. I don't know if I should be streaming here still. I've only traded once on the day. You earn money and a like. I appreciate it. Thank you. By the way, yeah, if you do want to see the stream grow, it is growing slowly. But if you want to see it grow, hit that like button. I think the algorithms are liking it. So we're just starting to decode the algos. All right, looks like we're still heading back on lower right to the O2. Unreal. Take profit just to see it go coming back down. That's okay. At least you rewarded us with something. So I'm looking at a long at O2 now. I'm looking to see if we can trap, especially down here at O2. The way I see it here, there's two ways. If we reclaim back this 14 level, I think we're heading on back up and likely squeeze. Why am I saying that? Because that would be reclaiming the low that we had just broke down from the overnight low. And that will also be reclaiming the low from yesterday. So if we reclaim a low from yesterday after breaking it down, that is a very bullish picture for me, at which point I want to be long. That has not happened yet. Hence why I'm looking at the long side at O2 down there. So right now, I'm leaning towards the long. I am not leaning towards shorting this anymore. In fact, I'm kind of liking this 09 here. I'm kind of liking this 09 reclaim. You can see this right here. We're getting a lot of pops below it, but we're squeezing right back above it. I'm liking this right back up to the long side now. I feel like I'm going back home now, right to the bullish side. I can risk some of today's profits. That's okay. I can put on a second trade here. We reclaim that 14 level back. Whoa, this thing's gonna squeeze. Gonna rip. It's already starting to. But I'm being cautious here. I'm being cautious. I don't want to be in too early. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness, look at that pump. By the way, if you're tuning in, if you're not sure, I talked about this 09 reclaim since like yesterday. Okay, this is not hindsight. Okay, these levels are not hindsight. They're all here. Break. I posted this up last night. Oh, I'm on the wrong group here. Everything's timestamped. That's what I love about this. So 02 and 09. If we can go down to 09 right there. Back down to 09. I'll be watching for traps there and at 02. At 09 and at 02. And what did we just do here right now? Tell me that what did we just do here? We broke down 09. We get down to 07, 3 to 5 points. As I always say, we break down a key level of support, 3 to 5 points. And then what do? We're squeezing right back on up. Price is king. You don't need indicators. You don't need nothing. You literally do not. And it's for this particular reason. It just requires a shitload of patience. You know what I mean? Requires a lot of patience, but in the end, the patience pays because it's the best entries of the day. You know what I mean? I pull up the Discord just so that, you know, there's always going to be somebody here. And that's hindsight. You know what I mean? You just saw price boner candle through there. No, it's not hindsight. All right, so we're looking to the long side here now. Like I said, we don't want to be caught too early, too late, but that entry at 09, that was the money right there. I think I might have missed this thing. All right, let's see where this candle closes here. I'm interested in taking a long or right back above 14. I already told you the reasons why. Let me see where this candle closes here. Right at 15. I don't want to get filled too up. But if we can get filled like, if I can get filled like 1350, 14 area, that would be interesting for me. I like that. Remember, that's reclaiming the low from yesterday. Well, at least the low of like during the market hours, you know what I mean? Like I think there was a lower low set at nighttime, but I don't know. I like that level there. All right, let's see if 14 can hold. Now the key for the Bulls is they need to hold 14. I'm risking partial profits here. $14.50. Come on, it's almost filling me. Come on. All right, so I'm filled. The Bulls do not want to see this thing come on back down below 14. Again, I'm already green on the day, so I can afford a little bit of extra risk on this long here, but we'll see if she wants to hold here. Could have been long 1350 as mentioned. 1350 was a little bit better. Looks like we did go down to 1350. All right, we gotta get going, or else I'll be getting myself one out of here. Go, 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 baby. Go, go, go. Go, Gadget, go. Bulls need to hold this level here. Maybe too early to this party. We'll see. Looks like they want to dip still a little bit. That 09 reclaim, that was it right there. Risking 3 points on this long here. Looks like they did not want to take back 14 completely and head back on down. That would be a complete reversal of this move. All right, so stopped. One good, one not good. So I'm going to be walking away just because, again, I've already made one really good trade. I didn't even need to make a second one, but trying to see if that would work. But we're still pretty aggressive to the downside here. It had to backtest 09, didn't it? Little prick. That's okay. I'm good. I'm happy with so far. Took a long time, a lot of energy for that short to actually play out. So now I could be computered out. You know what I mean? I could be screened out, timed out. Appreciate it for popping in. We already made an amazing trade. We caught this short all the way from the 2075 or something like that. It took a long time, but nonetheless, we got that short from here all the way, taking profit right down here. And I was trying to see if this pop would get us through back on up towards that 22 level, but I guess still too early on this. They do want to push towards that 02 level. I wasn't aggressive enough here. I should have been long right over here, right at the reclaim of 09. Looking for that rally through there. But anyways, we're still kind of bearish. I'm going to be watching price at 02. I don't know how long it's going to take to get down there. It looks like it might be fairly quickly. So yeah, on the community there, I will be posting if I do enter any more trades. I am already happily green on the day. But I mean, that 09 there, providing a nice pop, which is a part of my plan yesterday, and that 02. So there are key levels that will come into play later on, so I'm going to be walking away. I do appreciate you all tuning in today. Thank you all for the continued support. I'll be back here tomorrow again at 9 in the morning for Wild Wednesday. And finally, we're getting a dip, a bit of change of pace. So I'm happy and that it is welcomed for sure. So, ciao. Enjoy the rest of your day.